Hello, and welcome back to Stone Soup.
The World According to Sci-Fi Geeks. And today we're going to review a book called Naked Heat.
By Richard Castle.
Yeah, that Richard Castle. The one on ABC on Monday nights. He looks like this. Remarkably like Nathan Fillion.
Amazing, isn't
Isn't
it?
that? Yes, somebody's actually writing these books.
Yep.
These are the books that Castle writes. So this is about Nikki Heat, not and her friend Jameson Rook, as opposed to Richard Castle and
Yeah.
what's her name? Beckett, Kate
Yeah.
Beckett. Now, there is a song about what goes on the cover of a book. It's written by several science fiction authors, but it's mostly by Maya Catherine Bonhoff. If you check out a website called bookviewcafe.com, she's done a whole blog taking each search on bimbo, because the title of the song is "There's a Bimbo on the Cover of My Book," and it's she takes each verse of the song and
explains it.
and explains it, talks about it, blogs about it. The first verse says, "There's a bimbo on the cover of my book. There's a bimbo on the cover of my book. She is tall and blonde and sexy, but she's nowhere in the text. She is a bimbo on the cover of my book." Well, I know this song well because Maya's a friend of mine. And I got to thinking, because there's also a verse that says there's a castle on the cover of my book. And I thought, Rick Castle's on the cover of my book. Rick Castle's on the cover of my book. Oh, as you can plainly see, Rick Castle isn't me. Rick Castle's on the cover of my book. Because these, of course, are written by ghosts. God
As it
knows.
were, ghostwriters.
There's absolutely no information on who the actual writer is, because that would ruin the illusion, you see.
Yes.
But
Now, as for the book itself,
first off, this is the second book in the series. I haven't been able to find the first one. It's called Heat Wave. And apparently the third one is going to be called, hold on, Heat Rises.
Yep.
The first chapter is in here. Anyway, so she read it first, and then I read it.
and it's fun. Yeah,
It's a great read. It held me completely. Now,
Now, it
there was
reads a lot like an episode of Castle, which works.
Imagine that. I read on my exercycle.
I read a
And
lot there, too.
was it last Tuesday?
Again.
I guess it was last Tuesday, just before I finished this book. No, maybe, yeah. Anyway, after Monday, watching Castle, the next day, I couldn't get Castle out of my head, and it's a different story. And I'm like shaking my head, saying, go away, time to think. But I finally managed to get back into this story.
Yes.
But it is a really fun.
Now, there are various elements in here you will recognize if you watch the series from the series, but that actually works because, after all, the point of Castle following the cops around is for inspiration for his books.
For writing these books.
So of course that you'll see those things.
If you've watched Castle, you will notice a scene, for instance, where he has his daughter
duct tape him to a chair.
so he can see what it takes to get out of that situation, because it occurs in this book.
Yep.
And so, stuff like that while you're reading.
I found that to be a wonderful thing of continuity.
I did too. Of course, there was this moment when you're like, wait, have I seen that on Castle? The duct tape one I remember quite clearly.
Yes.
Because I remember she was taping him up and she was leaving the apartment.
Yes. And then the phone rang.
And then the phone rang, and I thought, well, what if you can't get out of it, Rick?
And apparently he found a
Because,
way.
duct tape's not that easy to get out of. But it's a good mystery. It's kind of light, like Castle is.
Yeah.
It's a good book. It's a fun book.
Now, of course, it is not exactly like Castle because, after all, this is partially Castle's wish fulfillment. So Nikki Heat and Jameson Rook have a hot, steamy sexual relationship going on.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is different from the platonic relationship that Castle and Beckett have.
And Nikki instigates quite often, which is that's just a male fantasy all around, that this hot, sexy babe will, say, now, and wrap her legs around you and jerk you in. Yeah, Keep dreaming, guys.
Yeah. But
yeah, if you watch Castle and you like Castle, go find these books.
this one, at least, is great fun. Like, so we haven't seen the other two yet.
There's even a blurb on the back from Stephen Cannell. Nikki Heat is at it again. She comes upon the dead body of a famous journalist, only to find her nemesis, Rook, is already at the crime scene. He's her nemesis?
Kind of.
Having found the body first. From here, the case just keeps getting better. This is Castle at his best. The one thing that's driving me crazy is I'd love to know who the hell the real Castle is, as it were. Who actually wrote this. And we will never know that. Ooh.
Probably not.
Oh.
But
Never mind.
like we said, you can recognize several pieces from several episodes that have all been woven together into a new story. And that's cool, because after all, that's what Castle is doing.
Yeah. Now, Jameson Rook does not have a daughter. Richard Castle does, but his mom's in here. But
a bit.
I don't know why they took the daughter out of. Whatever.
Because that's what Castle was writing, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it is a fun read.
Yeah, we enjoyed it enormously.
Yes.
So
Richard Castle's Naked Heat.
Find it.
Yes.
You'll like it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't know if we talked enough